Hi, Chris McClune here at FDIC International. I'm with Joe Lyons at the BAUER compressors booth. And you know, if there's one common thread I've seen all week at FDIC, it's how technology is impacting everything we do in the fire service. Before the call, during the call, and after the call. Joe's going to talk a little bit about Verticus Plus, the BAUER compressors Verticus Plus, and RFIDPro, and give us a background on both. Joe?
Chris, welcome to the BAUER booth. Behind you, you've got the Verticus Plus system. This system could be installed side by side, or it could be installed with a compressor on a mezzanine or another room and the SCBA fill station on the bay floor. Let's focus on the compressor side of the Verticus Plus. This is the HMI touchscreen control system. At BAUER, we have a saying, the compressor block is the heart of the system. If that's the case, this is the brains of the system. What this allows a service technician to do is drill in and dial down to any potential problems within the system. As we come around to the side of the Verticus Plus, we have the access door. Please keep in mind, if this unit was running and I opened this door, it would shut down. It's one of the safety features that BAUER incorporates into their units. Accommodate a 5 CFM all the way up to a 25 CFM compressor block. We incorporate a low oil level switch in case there is a drop in oil, the unit will shut down. In the final stage of compression, we have a high temperature switch. Just in case there's an overheating issue, it's going to shut the unit down and protect it. We also have a zero loss ACD system. That's an automatic condensate drain system. A lot of ancient technology. When your automatic condensate drain system relieves, the compressor loses pressure and it has to rebuild that pressure back up. Not with the zero loss drain system by BAUER Compressors Incorporated. When that happens, it's going to go down to the condensate collector, which also has a safety switch in it as well. It's a safety level float switch. So as you're creating air, you are cooling it, heating it, creating condensation. That condensate collector will eventually rise to a level where that switch will shut you down and let the operator know it is time to drain your condensate system. And you can do that by a very easy valve accessible right here on the side of the door. We have the Purification system here. It's a P2 Securus. It has a Securus moisture monitoring system on it. Again, as we're compressing air, we are creating moisture. This thing will monitor the life of the cartridge. As the cartridge gets saturated, it will shut the unit down and let the operator know it's time to change that. We also have labels on all of our chambers, so it's very easy to identify them and track them in case you have a catastrophic failure or you have to replace one of the parts. We also incorporate an inner belt guard, so if a service technician is inside working and he has to bypass the safety switch on the door so he can listen into the block, this belt guard is going to protect that operator from any moving parts. As we swing around to the front of the system, there is a key lock here, which I have unlocked for the video, showing you access to the CO monitor, the electrical box, the flywheel. We've got an automatic belt tensioner in there because over time, as belts go through the motion, they tend to get weak. This will always apply pressure to that belt and keep it tensioned. We have easy access to the flywheel top here, the control panel up here, very easy for a service technician to get to. Now I want to move over to the containment fill station portion of the Verticus Plus. This is a CFS 5.5 two-position. 5.5 stands for 5,500 PSI. BAUER Compressors was the first manufacturer in the industry to bring the 5,500 PSI SCBA containment fill station to market. This is your control panel. Very easy access to everything. If you notice, the gauges don't have any screws or rivets. You have very easy access to the fill panel for a service technician. He can simply unscrew the brackets, take off the tube, pop the gauge out, pop a new one in, put the tube back on, put the bracket back on, and he's out of your department. After all, time is money. We have a pressure regulator here that is protected by a safety valve. You've also got your remote regulator, also protected by a safety valve. But we don't stop there. At BAUER, quality is in our DNA, but our customer is job one. So we want to make sure they're protected. Inside your containment fill station, besides the safety valves behind the panel, you also have safety valves built into the fill whip itself. So if there was a failure on the safety valve on the regulator, you've got backups inside the fill station. This system is a quick connect system. So a fire department can fill 2216s, 45s, 55s, or scubas just by swapping out the fill width. You've got a polymer tube installed here that in the event of a catastrophic failure, it will allow some give to the pressure, and it also protects the SCBA as the firefighter puts it in and slides it into the sleeve. This system comes with 2 storage cylinders in the back, but can accommodate 4 with the cascade system on the fill panel. The Verticus Plus accommodates 2 storage cylinders in the back of the SCBA fill station, but can accommodate 4 by placing a rack directly behind it and tubing it into the panel without compromising the overall size of the unit itself. The Verticus Plus comes with 2 options, either a panel-mounted regulated remote fill or a hose reel that you see here. This hose reel is used to fill onboard cascade systems. Per NFPA 1989, it is suggested that the fire service keep a detailed log of all their SCBA fills. Unfortunately, a lot of these records are done with pen and pad. Well, BAUER Compressors has revolutionized the SCBA data logging system with the RFIDPro. It's very easy to use. It accommodates 12 SCBA signing it and sending it. I'm going to demonstrate that for you. The fire department comes in, they open their SCBA fill station, they sign into their RFIDPro, they scan the RFID tag, they verify the information is correct for the cylinder they put in there, they hit proceed, they check off 5 NFPA questions from visual inspections of the cylinder, they hit next, they sign the report, they save it, they choose whatever compressor or truck they're filling from, and then they submit the report, and now it's up in the cloud. And you can do that with 12 cylinders at a time. You can do it in station, or you can take the RFIDPro on scene. We just demonstrated how the RFIDPro works on the station floor. Now let's take a look at what the officers see when they come in and bring up the fill report of the SCBA. You've got the person who filled it, their badge number, the fill date, the fill pressure, the client asset ID number, the cylinder serial number, if it has an RFID tag, the compressor that was used to fill that SCBA, the fill type, the next hydrostatic test date, the expiration date of the cylinder, and the current status of the cylinder is active with your owner and your compressor owner. This fill report can be downloaded to a PDF or an zip drive or an Excel spreadsheet for easy access for anybody who needs to follow the history of that SCBA cylinder. All operators of that cylinder cannot be deleted, but they can be deactivated in the event a firefighter leaves the station. We'll still have that data from when they served, and you'd be able to pull that data in the case that you needed it. What you're looking at now is the cylinder management report. What this does for the officer overseeing the SCBA operation, it gives him a detailed report of what SCBAs are in service, what SCBAs are out being repaired, and what SCBAs are damaged. And this is done using a color-coded system. Every SCBA you see here in green is active and in inventory. The SCBA you see in white has been repaired, but has not been brought back into inventory. When it's brought back into inventory, it will be green. If you scroll down, you'll see he has a damaged cylinder that needs to be repaired. That will go out for repair. When it comes back, it will be white coated. And when it's put back in inventory, it will be green coated as active.
Well, Joe, thank you again for taking us through everything today. If anyone wants to get more information on what you've talked about or anything else about BAUER compressors, how can they reach you?
They can reach us at BAUERFire.com.
All right, great. Well, again, this has been Chris McClune at FDIC International. Have a good one and stay safe.